Yeah, you're right, YouTube. So this is a Foxy Grandpa, you know, your favorite or least favorite throw spammer. So I get asked a lot when I'm streaming, twitch.tv/ Foxy Grandpa, by the way. Why don't you play Kung Lao? Did you drop Kung Lao? Why'd you drop Kung Lao? You gonna play Kung Lao? I think you should play some Kung Lao. All right, so I'm gonna explain to you my problem with Kung Lao. Right, so he's got various issues that make it worth dropping him in this game. So I'm just going to break them down point by point, give a couple of examples here and there, and show you my reasoning. Okay, let's do this. Right, so point one is going to be his movement. Kung Lao moves a bit like a potato in this game. Stuck in the mud, sort of like Baraka maybe. So I'm going to compare him here to Fujin, who is obviously one of the faster characters in the game. But it's relevant because I think over time the game, it's not solely focused on strike throw, which Kung Lao used to be pretty decent at. It's now more evolved like to movement and micro duck. I feel like they're two of the most potent things in the game. Like, look how fast Fujin is able to backdash in comparison to Kung Lao's forward dash, right? Bear in mind, my wavies ain't the best with Fujin, but I can move with Kung Lao, right? So, right, he's having a bit of trouble just keeping up with Fujin there. Alright, now let's check it the other way around. So this is Fujin chasing my backdash. Alright. You're never getting away, right? You're just never getting away from Fujin's wave dash. So, yeah. Movement, that's a 0 from me. Alright? Straight 0. He ain't going anywhere. He's stuck in the mud, snail's pace. Don't know what they were teaching him at the Wuxi. He needs to do a couple of laps of the academy or something. I don't know. Pick it up. Right. So my next point for why Kung Lao is a bit of a struggle is his throw game. He's dependent on it. He's actually dependent on risking his life to grab you. Alright, so off of his forward grab. Stick this on, right. He will get a hat toss. Alright, okay, that's not that threatening. You just flawless block that. It's not hard. Off his back grab. In older versions of the game, you'd be able to do this. You'd be able to back grab you. You'd be able to dash up and then check you with a down 3, which would give him another grab to hit, right? Whereas in this version of the game, he because everyone because everyone gets up earlier now, there is no loop there. So he'll grab you. Right, so attempt to dash up down 3. But now what people get to do is they're out. Okay, alright. Now combine that with the fact that he's got terrible movement. It's just a double whammy. So you'll be working your way in with your terrible movement, risking your life to do the grab, and when you finally do grab them, they're out. So the whole philosophy here is, you take Kung Lao's grab, you've either thrown him full screen or just outside of that reach of that down 3. And let's say he tries to trick you with anything else, the same thing still applies. Like, we'll do... Forward 2 is pretty far reaching. There, see? Fujin still gets punished, right? So you don't get to check anyone with anything significant, alright? So yeah, dependence on the grab, and then when the grab finally lands, you're out. So it's just long. It's just long for him. He's got to keep working his way in, keep getting a little bit of damage at a time, and for a strike throw character to have no like threat after the throw, I think that's a bit of a big deal. When you're talking about playing against like the top level competition, if you're playing against someone like Dragon, let's say, Dragon free patch would never even let you back throw him. You always have to forward throw him. So first off, if he's going to tech, he's going to tech the way that stops him from taking any further offense. And then you're playing against a Cetrion player that's like the best Cetrion player. You're never getting in with like snail's pace movement. So that's the next point. Is grab no longer effective enough to keep someone in your offense. That's a 0 from me. Alright, straight 0. What are they teaching at the Wuxi Academy? Again, sort it out. Teach him to grip a little closer, please. Alright. Alright, another thing I hear is, why don't you just Play Lotus Fist and do down 3 hat. Right, there's multiple ways you can combat down 3 hat, right? It's not actually going to catch you unless you're slow or using a slow button, right? So, first off, you can just block this, right? And he's given up half of his resources to do down 3 hat. There's no guarantee, like, the down 3 could hit. Let's say the down 3 could hit and the hat can be blocked. That's a waste of a down 3 in the first place. Because it hit and you'd have had a better situation for it hitting. Also, if your timing is correct, the hat doesn't even beat the poke. And third off, why are you not just going to sit here and let him spend his resources and wait for him to grab you? Like I was just saying, let him grab you and you're out. And then he has to play your game pretty much against everybody because he hasn't got the movement and his projectile game is... It's okay, like it's okay once he's got the life lead, but it's not a truly oppressive projectile game without the life lead, and some characters just don't care like about the projectile game in the first place. So right, there's one part of the problem with Lotus Fist. Is the other part. People use it to make this string safe, right? It's not actually safe. See, like if you know how to block this correctly, you get a kind of... See, I'm not even letting him get the second hat out, and I'm punishing the first hat. Alright. See? Boom. The string isn't safe. So why are you picking this? Just to kill yourself. That's why you're picking this here. That string's just out the window now, so essentially you're back to having no mid projectile because you haven't chosen guided hat, no chip game in the neutral because you haven't chosen Z hat, you've chosen orbit hat twice to get punished, not even be able to break, right, as you can see. I'll block that correctly, no resource, you can't break anything, like even if you spend a 1 bar you can't break it, you get wrecked. Alright, so yeah. Resources down the drain. That's 0 from me. Alright. Sort it out. What are they teaching this guy? The Wuxi? 0 from me. Right. So the next issue is going to be his forward 1 stagger pressure, right? It's not real. It's not pressure by like the definition of it because it's actually all minus. I mean, yeah, you might be guessing on the forward 1-3 part of it. Like, really do that, yeah. But as I've just shown you, there's not really much you can do to keep yourself safe here unless you take Buzzsaw. But I'll go over Buzzsaw in a minute. But other than that, like the stagger by itself is actually minus, so you can interrupt that as well. The string is unsafe, and pretty much every special cancel other than Buzzsaw is also unsafe. So like, what are you going to do? You're going to do forward 1 until I'm dead, or you're going to commit to doing forward 1-3 until you're dead. That's pretty much the way that I look at it, and I've always looked at it. So the risk reward's not in your favour, ultimately. So that's the problem with his forward 1. So, again, the Wuxi. What are you doing in this academy, Wuxi? Step it up. Okay? Okay, so I said I'd talk about the Buzzsaw. Right, the thing with the Buzzsaw is, yeah, alright, okay, it's annoying. They're going to put this up. But that's all it's going to be. It's going to be an annoyance. Okay, you're going to come in, and what's he going to do? He's going to have to grab you. So this is going back to the same point as before. All you can, if you choose to die to 8 grabs, that is 8 times you have an opportunity to hit him 3 times. You see what I'm saying? Like that's all it takes is 3 hits for most characters in this game to kill you. Whereas he's going to need 8 if you're actually stubborn enough to die to 8 grabs. So that's where you play the mind game. It's like, am I going to be that stubborn? I guess that's the back and forth between the both players, but the risk is not in his favour. So yeah, they're going to be doing this to you all day, right? Some characters can even projectile him here and make it not worth the trade for him. I don't think Fujin's got like a great answer for that. But it's not a huge threat. He's going to just do the hat. Yeah, okay, and I'm going to run up and do... I've got to do that. Got to make him do that. Once you make him do that, he's going to end up spending all his resources, therefore he's not going to damage you when he actually hits you. Because if he does this, like with no bar, a lot of characters punishing him here as well. So it's just things to keep you. You got to think about the philosophy of fighting against Kung Lao and the philosophy of fighting as Kung Lao. It's not just like, yeah, okay, they're just going to be doing this. The ones that are just doing this, you just want to learn to take a step back, honestly, because if they're going to keep doing this, they're just going to open themselves up to getting destroyed when you're in that range. Yeah, Buzzsaw. Yeah, the main point about Buzzsaw is more of an annoyance than it is of actual oppression. If it comboed on hit, then maybe if you do like that into that or something on hit, maybe like Z-Hat, then yeah, it'd be nasty. But as it stands right now, like I wouldn't feel overly threatened by something like that. And just be patient, wait it out, you'll survive. Yeah. Right. Since he's not a completely useless bag of tools, let's comment on something that you can actually do. So, something that's good for him, and yeah, always gets down one spin, which is good. Like no matter what height that's down to next, he's always gonna be able to convert meterless as well. So that's good for him. Let's talk about his anti-wake up. So you're gifted an anti-air and they wake up roll, denied. You were gifted an anti-air and they wake up 2. Denied. You were gifted an anti-air and they wake up 3. I think you've got a good up 3, bear in mind, but he gains nothing off of it, right? Okay. Even if, obviously, if you try to jump there or whatever, he's going to get chewed up by the Z-Hat as well. So these are some legitimate strengths of this character, and also tied into his projectiles is this is a mid. The guided hat's a mid, and you can aim it up or down. So like against people that are jumping or in the air a lot, you can knock them down with that. People that are ducking, you can check them with that. All right. And look at Fujin's projectile here, do 6. Right, that does 6%. This does 7. So if you're playing against a character you have to trade against, let's say Sonya, and you're throwing onion ring, hat, you're winning by 1% each time. And then eventually they're going to have to stop trading with you because you're winning by that 1%. Once you get their respect, you Z-Hat. Alright, so now you're winning by 4%. And when you spend the bar, now you're winning by 6%. You see how this works, right? So eventually they're going to have to come in, and when they start coming in, you start chewing them up with a Z-Hat. Also, another thing you can do is, because they're respecting the fact that you can throw this back, just start their projectile and throw the Z-Hat. Frame traps, you know. It's pretty sweet. So yeah, these are some strengths that he's got. I think overall, he's a bit of a Baraka sort of character in a way. Like, he's got bad movement, decent damage. But something he has over Baraka is dive kick to get around some projectiles. And he also has a clearly better projectile game. And there's one other thing that needs to be spoken about with Kung Lao. Teleport, right? So I see a lot of people get chewed up by teleport. It doesn't matter what the attack is, like, this is what people do most of the time, right? They're gonna sit here, look at the teleport, start mashing down one. This is their response. It's not really the answer. It's never been the answer. Even since like MK9, people have been doing this. It's not actually the best way of dealing with it. Like, yeah, you can do something like that, but the way you want to deal with it is get out of there. See? So you walk away from it, you get a grounded punish, and you don't have to guess on the timing of his, like some people will do this to you, right? You see this a lot. Oh, when am I coming up? Alright, if they're doing that, yeah, okay, you come up whenever you want. Free combo starter, right? Easy. As long as you're not in range. Free punish. Yeah, it doesn't matter what he comes up with. Right. Come up with a grip. Okay. I guess Fujin's waving all over the place. See what I'm saying? Like, it's not a good idea to teleport. Yeah, it's not a good idea to teleport. So keep these in mind. These are things that like. These are the reasons I don't pick Kung Lao against like the best players, because it's too much of a struggle when I can just pick someone like Sub-Zero and do all the things that counter these ideas. Like literally everything that counters the things that everything that fix the holes that Kung Lao has, a character like Sub-Zero has. Like, okay, so Kung Lao has to depend on the grab. All right, what beats grab in this game? Micro duck. All right, Sub-Zero's got forward too. Kung Lao's throw doesn't loop, Sub-Zero's loops, and the crush and blow is on the correct side. Where like Kung Lao's, his crush and blow is on the wrong side. Well, it doesn't matter anymore because he can't loop you off the back for it. But when he could, it was on the wrong side because he wanted to throw you that way. So why wouldn't you tech that way? If you were going to tech, that is. And Sub's got better movement, like on the ground. And yeah, they're both, I'd say, reasonably the same. Like Sub's got stand 2, which is like really good anti-air in this game. Crush and blows, Sub's got tons of those. You know what I'm saying? Like, or you could pick a Robocop, better projectile game. Anti-air games like probably better as well. Grab game's better because you've got a mid-command grab. You don't have to worry about micro duck. It's a common recurring theme in this game. You have to worry about micro duck. And you have to worry, like, does your offense loop, or is your zoning good enough to worry about, like, is your movement good? Does your offense loop? And or is your zoning good enough? So these are the reasons why I'm not feeling now like that. But anyway, thank you all for watching or listening to my little Kung Lao rant. Hopefully this answers some of your questions. If you like it, subscribe. If you don't, subscribe. If you're in between, subscribe. All right, thank you, appreciate it. All right, take care, everyone.